What actually happens during a showing? And as a seller, how do you get your home ready for a showing? A lot of times when we're going through the listing appointment, we talk about getting your home ready for photographs. We talk about the things you need to do to get your home ready to go on the market. But a lot of times that is an often overlooked step of how do you actually prepare for a showing. And especially if you're living in the home, maybe you have children, you're thinking, I don't know how I'm going to keep my home show ready. Well, there's a couple of things I would tell you. Number one, before you go to bed at night, make sure that you've got dirty dishes put in the dishwasher. You've picked up as best you can in the living room, the kids' room, whatever. If you do have kids that are under like the age of 12, a lot of times what I'll do when I'm the listing agent is I will make a contract with your children as well, and I will assign them 2 or 3 very light things to do, like making sure their clothes are hung up in the closet, making sure they have their toys put away each night. Usually I'll say, and anything else your mom or dad has asked you to do to get ready for a showing. And they are going to sign that contract. I'm going to sign that contract. And what I promise them is that if they do these things when we have showings, then when we go to closing, I will give them $50. And if you know kids, $50 to them is like $1,000 to us. Like they think they can buy anything in the world with $50. So it's a way for me to help parents keep their kids motivated to keep their rooms clean. But what happens during a showing is the buyer's agent's going to bring that buyer through your home. So you don't want to be home during showings. You want that buyer to be able to envision themselves living there. You don't want the buyer to feel like they're an intrusion into your life. So that's why we ask people to leave when we have showings, so the buyer can take their time and look through your home. When we have showings, we're going to reach out to you. We're going to confirm that that showing time is good for you. We're going to make sure that it gives you adequate time to do anything you need to do to get the home ready for that showing. And as the buyer's walking through the house, they're going to be looking at it and kind of comparing it to how it looked in the photos. One of the things that I've had people say is, well, we always want to go look at the house in person because the photos don't always tell the story. And I get it. Professional photographers can make homes look like absolute mansions sometimes. So you definitely want to go through the house, check it out. The buyers are going to look in every room. They're going to be checking out your cupboards. They're going to look to see how much storage space you have. So in your preparation for the showing, don't just shove things in a closet or be disorganized, I guess is what I'm going to try to say. When you prepare for the showing, you kind of want to try to keep your house the way it looked for the photos. And that can be hard to do, like I said, but that's your ultimate goal. So while the buyer walks them through, you want the buyer to be able to connect with the home and make it their own. You want them to be able to see themselves living in that house. After the showing, we're going to let you know, yeah, you can go back home now, and then we're going to try to get feedback from that buyer's agent. Now, a lot of times it's going to be, well, they've just started the showing process. They've just started looking at homes, or they don't want a home that has stairs in it. It's going to be something that, like, you knew that when they went to look at the home. And it's going to be frustrating for you because you're like, well, they should have known it had stairs by looking at the photos. And I tell people a lot of times they do, but they still want to come look at it and make sure that it's not going to work for them because the market is still pretty tight when it comes to inventory. So we're going to try and get you feedback. Some of it's going to be helpful. Some of it's going to be things that you really can't control. But every showing that you have is going to get you closer to getting to that right buyer. And with my strategies and my support, your home will end up making a lasting impression on those buyers. If you're ready to sell in 2025, DM me and let's start planning now.